Man, what's the deal, my dudes? My niggas, my peoples, man. What's goody, man? Still Mills checking back in, man. But we gotta talk about this Bud situation. And should my nigga take? Should he keep going for? Should they keep going for the bait that they keep dangling in front of him with Manny Pacquiao, or should he take Virgil Ortiz? I want to talk about this, this because I said it before, man. As far as the Manny Pacquiao thing is concerned, they keep doing this shit with that man, bro, and it's halting his career, and it's fucked up. They keep Manny Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao. They've been doing this shit for years, man. Manny Pacquiao, add him on Twitter. All right, cool. Now we're gonna take all the focus off everybody else that he should be fighting, just to go and focus on Manny Pacquiao. And when that fight doesn't come into fruition, they scrambling trying to get him another fight. Man, y'all, oh man, dude, that shit is frustrating the shit out of me, man. If he could get the Manny Pacquiao fight secured, cool, but don't let that shit completely take you off focus of everybody else. Because if you don't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, what's plan B? At this moment, Manny Pacquiao needs to be plan C. He needs to be plan C. Like I know it's the bag and everything that that's behind that, and for legacy purposes, you want Manny on your resume, bro. But man, I wouldn't keep playing these games. They've been promising that nigga Manny for the past 4 years, and nothing has come from it. They was promising him before he even came up to welterweight, and nothing has come from it. So I wouldn't keep putting my chips all in on that, man. I know, and it was a point in time where he was like, he chose not to fight me. I ain't even worried about Manny no more. I'm like, that's the headspace that you need to be in. But then what happened shortly after that? I want Manny. Like, man, god damn it. I really wish they would quit dangling this nigga Manny in front of this nigga's face, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. It didn't happen when he was with Top Rank. Like, I don't, Manny left that nigga Bob Arum late in his career for a reason. He don't fuck with him. So how exactly is he going? How is it that he can get you a Manny fight when he couldn't get you one when y'all was under the same promotional banner? That shit is, it's bothersome, man. And they just, like, Bud needs a fight like that, of that magnitude, to give him, his leverage. Because I think at this point in his career, Manny is still a good fight, but I think he beats Manny. I think he's gonna maybe not outclass Manny, but he's gonna beat Manny. He's gonna beat him. So he can most definitely use that victory. But is he going to get the victory? Or is he even going to get the fight? Not the victory, but is he going to get the fight to get the victory? And I don't think that he is. I don't think that he is. And they just keep dangling that shit in front of his face. And that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Y'all just keep, hey, we get the Manny fight. We got the Manny fight right here. All right, go over there. Go over there. Go do your thing over there or whatever. Just know that, man, like, come on, man. Like, I ain't believe none of that shit that he said after the Kell Brook fight. I don't believe none of that shit. There would have been rumblings somewhere within the boxing community. Media, we would have known if Manny was looking to fight Terrence Crawford around the time, before the pandemic had hit. We would have heard something. Bob talking about we had contracts and everything ready to go. We had a venue. I don't believe none of that shit. None of it. You've been talking that shit to that man for years, and now you just happen to have it. Now that his contract is almost up, and you know what type fighter you got in, in your stable, and he's looking to, you just can't do it for me. I'm gonna have to start shopping somewhere else. Now you got the Manny fighting. Nah, bro, I don't believe I don't believe none of that. None of it. And they keep doing it, man, and he keeps falling for it. He keeps falling for it. Bud, do not let them niggas do not put all your eggs in Manny Pacquiao's basket. Continue to pursue, because someone told me they talked to you, and he said it's looking like Porter may be next. Pursue Porter, and if Manny falls through with some real deal Holyfield, all right, cool, go there. Go in that route, because only a fool wouldn't. Well, actually, I wouldn't even say a fool wouldn't. I think, it'd still be wise if you said, I don't, Manny, because they even still might try to find a way to discredit you if you beat Manny. Especially if you outclass him, if you drop him, if you stop him, if you knock him the fuck out. I mean, it's still gonna be credible in most people's eyes though. But a lot of people are gonna discredit you. So I wouldn't think you would be a fool if you said, nah, I'm cool on Manny, give me Porter or give me Thurman or give me Ugas or somebody of that magnitude. I wouldn't be mad at it. I think it would be dope. I think it's more commendable if you did it. Personally. You dig what I'm saying? So if the Manny fight comes into fruition, bet that. But I wouldn't put all my eggs in Manny Pacquiao's basket because you've done that for the past I don't know how many years and you've gained nothing from it. And I don't think you should. If Manny Pacquiao doesn't work out, I don't think you should go and fight Virgil Ortiz neither. At this point, I don't think you should. I don't. I think the people you need to be focused on are people who are champions or ex-champions. That's the route you need to go. I think Virgil Ortiz is a beast. I do. I think that kid is incredible, man. I think he was the prospect of the year last year. I think him and Jaron Ennis are going to be man. But Virgil Ortiz at this point in time is showing more promise with just the caliber opponents that he's beat. You know, Samuel Vargas is in the fucking, Mauricio Herrera's. They're not what they once were. And, Mauricio Herrera had never been stopped before. And he stopped that man in, 3? Sheesh, that says a lot. Samuel Vargas has been stopped multiple times, but look at the caliber opponents he's been in there with. So I think Virgil Ortiz is an incredible fighter, and he's showing nothing, but he's continuing. Man, that dude is a beast. But I don't think you should take him. I don't. He's a contender, most definitely, but it's levels to being within title contention. I think it's levels to it. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman are in title contention only because they're no longer world champions no more. They were once champions. I think you need to go in the directions of them as opposed to a Virgil Ortiz. I think that's the direction that you should go in, man. Mean Machine was cool. That was dope. That was a very solid, incredible win. But I don't think you should take any more, step backs. I think Virgil Ortiz is a step back from a Keith Thurman and a Sean Porter, even though they're no longer world champions. They were once champions. They were once champions. I think that says, that speaks volumes. So I think Virgil Ortiz, give him a year or two. He's calling out Keith Thurman. I think if Thurman takes that fight, and all right, whatever with that, because Thurman still does have to work his way back up into a position where he has leverage to force a fight. And he's Virgil Ortiz is, he number 10 in the WBO? So he's top 10 most definitely, clearly. But I don't think you should take that fight. I do not think you should take that fight. I think you should get that nigga Porter that $2 million, and let's get into that. Give Thurman what you gave Amir Khan, because I think Thurman has more value than Porter. Give Thurman Amir Khan, and let's get into that. Go in that direction. If you lose to a contender that was once a world champion, not a prospect. I don't think that would be good for you. I think it'd be if you do fight him, I think it's a great win. I think it's a very legitimate win. You beat an uppercut. I think it would be equivalent to, I don't think it'd be equivalent to it like in totality, but the dynamic of it would be kind of similar. When Floyd beat Canelo, I think Canelo was a lot more proven than, at that time when he fought Floyd than Virgil Ortiz is as of now. Virgil Ortiz isn't, he doesn't have a strap. But that's still a really credible win if you was to fight him. So I wouldn't be mad at the fight personally. I'd be all the way in on that one if y'all fought. I just don't think you should fight him. I think it's other people that you should be focusing on. You should most definitely be focusing on Thurman or Thurman or Spence. not Spence, but of course Spence, yeah, but Spence is gonna continue to do what he's doing as far as looking for excuses not to fight you. But Thurman and Porter, those two should be in the scope for you. They should be in the scope. I don't think you should be thinking of going in the direction of a Virgil Ortiz unless you got one of them niggas out of the way. And Spence is still on some extra shit, some diva shit. You dig it? Like, even with Spence, like that when he fought Garcia, man, and I don't know what Crawford doing here. Like, he need to continue to say what he was doing. And I mean, come on, man. Like, you know what that nigga was doing there, bro. He was there for the same reason you was at the Canelo fight when he fought Callum Smith trying to get a fight. You know what he was doing. Like, that shit was just corny to me, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you doing everything and Bud is gonna say shit out of frustration. He is. How frustrated you was when Keith Thurman wouldn't acknowledge you. Imagine that nigga being in the same he's in the same division as y'all, and y'all niggas was doing the same thing to him. Y'all been doing it since he came up oh damn. He's been doing it since he came up in 2018. That's frustration, man. That ain't, I ain't thinking about him. If I retire, I'm a Hall of Famer, which is true, but at this point, y'all need each other to solidify one another. I don't know what makes y'all think y'all don't need to fight one another. Y'all, if y'all don't fight each other, that is, oh my God, that is blasphemous. If y'all don't fight each other, y'all are both in y'all primes, and y'all are the number 1 and number 2 welterweights in the division. If y'all were not to fight if y'all were to go a whole entire career without fighting each other, that would be criminal. That would be criminal. Y'all most definitely need each other. So for, you talking about, well, man, I don't know what Terrence Crawford is doing. He need to go ahead and he said he wasn't thinking about me. Like, come on, my nigga. We playing that game. That's some fucking, come on, man. Don't do that. The diva shit, man. You gotta stop, man. We knew what happened to Man Down, bro. Strap season. You need to get back into that mode. Niggas get these titles and get real fucking diva-like. Keith Thurman went through it too. Nigga got that title and wanted to be Floyd, fam. Y'all niggas is not on that level of hatred to be. Y'all not hated like that to be Floyd, to be in a position where y'all can do that. Niggas paid for Floyd's fights to see him lose. Y'all got to think about how fucking high, man. People hated him so much they paid to see him lose. People are paying to see y'all win. And y'all still not doing the numbers that Floyd was doing. For the amount of motherfuckers that paid to watch him lose, y'all not doing them views. If it was just motherfuckers who just wanted to see him lose, y'all just take them motherfuckers right there. Y'all not seeing them numbers. So I'm like, man, y'all niggas really need to come on, man. Like, it's frustrating. It is frustrating. This shouldn't take y'all 5 and 6 years to see each other. Man, I think I'm gonna go get me something to eat. Yeah, fuck that. It should not take y'all 5 and 6 years to see each other. That's criminal. And it's a disgrace to the sport, and it's a disgrace to y'all legacy. Y'all need each other. So y'all get in there, man, and let's get this diva shit out of the way, bro. Like, this can't be life. Like my nigga Hov said, this can't be life. Y'all need each other, so y'all do the damn thing. Spence, you know what that nigga was up there for. Like, come on, man. So I don't think Crawford should be looking to fight Virgil Ortiz. I really don't. I really don't. I don't. You've worked your entire, you're finally in a position, you're in the perfect bargaining position. You have not been in that position as a welterweight as of yet. You are there now. You are there now. You could get the Crawford and Spence fight, and the Crawford and Thurman fight is right there for the taking. You can get that fight. You can get those fights. You can most definitely get those fights. Go in that direction. Do not look in the direction of a Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is not. I don't think the risk will be. I don't think the risk would match the reward until next year, the year, you know, another year and a half with Virgil Ortiz. Please do not go in that direction. Do not go in that direction. Even though I'm not mad at the fight, but they're going to find a way to discredit that win if you go down, if you fight him. They're gonna find a way to discredit that. He ain't fighting nobody. He ain't fight like, oh, Virgil Ortiz is a nobody or some shit like that. Like, the fuck is you talking about? Come on, man. You know, casuals piss me off, but still, bro, they're gonna find even diehards. They're gonna find a way to. Oh man, why are you going after prospects? Why are you going? You a champion? And you going after prospects and people who ain't. Like, come on, man. Like, they're gonna find a way to discredit that, man. They're going to find a way to discredit that. Do not go for Virgil Ortiz. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't let them play. Nah. Thurman or Porter. Those are the two fights that you need to be fixated on. Nobody else. I don't even think Danny Garcia is acceptable at this point in time. Danny come back, he get him a couple wins under his belt. All right, cool. We can go in that direction again. But if you fight a Danny Garcia as of now, after the way he got beat by Spence, now they got another excuse to throw at you. They're going to have an excuse to throw at you regardless. They're going to have an excuse to throw at you regardless. Because I think the Kell Brook win was a really credible win. I do think he was shot. I do. But he didn't look drained. He didn't look drained in that fight. I had him winning the first 2 rounds. He looked sharp in that fight. He looked real sharp. But Bud, he just proved to be better. Now, I think his punch resistance was alright, like, you know. But nonetheless, he looked sharp. He forced you to adjust. I don't think anybody should take that win away from Crawford. He forced you to adjust. Like, oh shit. Oh damn. Okay, cool. He was outlanding you early on. I think with Mean Machine, you know, it was the patience that really, you know, got to you and had you like, yo, how could this nigga? How could he didn't seem to bother? He wasn't bothered by the pace that you were setting. And I think that had some sort of like, you know, it was weird. Like, yo, this dude you know, the nerves don't seem to get to him. Like, he's poised in here. He's poised. And he's not trying to lead. He's in here and he's taking his time. All right, cool. I thought that was a real solid win. But if you go in the direction of Virgil Ortiz, they're gonna try and play you. They're gonna play you with that. They're gonna play you, and they're gonna use that against you to go up, you know, to fight Spence. Everybody is, and Spence is gonna do it as well. Do not take that fight, my man. Please don't. Please don't. If you can't get Crawford, why I keep saying Crawford? If you can't get Thurman or Porter, it needs to be Thurman or Porter. Fuck that. It needs to be Thurman or Porter. Thurman or Porter. Disregard Manny Pacquiao. If you can get the Manny fight, all right, bet that. That's what's up. That's cool. Kudos. But I wouldn't even be focused on Manny. I would not. Be focused on Porter. Be focused on Thurman. Those 2 fights right there in particular are gonna be. Those are the fights that's gonna give you leverage for the super fight that everybody wants with you and Spence. Go in that direction, man. But yeah, like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Holla.